Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. If you want to keep a man forever, there's one thing you got to understand about us men. We don't fall for looks alone. We don't stay for what you wear or how good your makeup looks. We fall for peace.
Yeah, peace.
A man can find a fine woman anywhere, but he can't find peace everywhere. If you bring calm to his storm, if he can come home to you and exhale, baby, you already got him. You don't have to chase a man when you understand your own value. You just have to be the kind of woman that makes him want to be better. Men fall in love through peace, not pressure. See, that's the truth right there that most people miss. You can't push a man into love. You can't argue him into commitment, and you can't guilt him into staying. What makes a man truly fall in love is peace, that deep sense of calm he feels when he's with you. You become that safe space where he can take off his armor and just be himself. The world already puts pressure on a man. His job, his dreams, his responsibilities, his pride. Everywhere he goes, someone expects something from him. But when he comes to you, he's looking for rest, not resistance. If you can give him peace instead of pressure, you'll see his love deepen in ways you never imagined. Men are simple when it comes down to it. We don't need everything perfect. We just need to feel like we can breathe around you. If every time he talks to you, you bring stress, judgment, or complaints, his heart will slowly drift away. But if he finds laughter, warmth, and understanding in your presence, he'll start craving you. It's not because he's weak. It's because peace is rare. You can buy beauty. You can fake confidence, but you can't pretend peace. It comes from a woman who is grounded, emotionally balanced, and in control of her energy. That kind of woman doesn't chase, she doesn't nag, and she doesn't beg. She knows her worth, and that calm confidence radiates peace. See, peace doesn't mean silence. It doesn't mean you don't speak your truth or that you let things slide. It means you know how to communicate without chaos. You talk with grace, not with rage. You express yourself without tearing him down. When a man feels that you can bring clarity instead of confusion, he starts seeing you differently. You're not just another woman, you're home. Because home isn't a place, it's a feeling. And when he finds peace in you, he'll want to build his life around that feeling. Let me tell you, every man has been through something. Some carry silent battles they never talk about. Some walk around smiling, but inside they're tired. When a man meets a woman who understands that, who can make him feel calm just by being there, that's powerful. He'll start opening up in ways he never has before. He'll share his fears, his hopes, his dreams. And once a man starts being vulnerable with you, truly vulnerable, that's when he falls in love. Because peace creates trust, and trust builds love. If you want him to stay, give him what the world can't: understanding, patience, and emotional balance. Make him feel safe enough to be himself without judgment. Don't add more weight to what he's already carrying. Instead, be the peace that reminds him he's not alone. When you do that, you'll see a man will do anything to protect and keep the woman who gives him peace. A man values respect over perfection. You can be the most beautiful woman in the world, but if you don't respect a man, you'll never have his heart. See, love to a man doesn't always sound like I love you. It sounds like I respect you. When a man feels respected, he feels seen, he feels appreciated for who he is, not for what he gives. You can cook for him, buy him gifts, even post him all over social media, but none of that means as much as the way you treat him when he's vulnerable, frustrated, or unsure of himself. That's when real respect shows up, when you choose to lift him up instead of tear him down. Respect is the oxygen of a man's soul. Without it, he can't breathe in the relationship. You can't nag, insult, or constantly criticize a man and expect him to stay emotionally present. He may still stand beside you, but he won't stand for you. Respect tells him, I see you as capable. I believe in you. It gives him a sense of purpose and strength. When a man feels respected by his woman, he'll naturally start doing more to earn and keep that respect. He'll work harder, love deeper, and protect stronger. Because when a man feels admired, he becomes inspired. And I know some people say, well, respect has to be earned. That's true to a point, but real women understand that giving basic respect doesn't cost anything. It's the foundation for any connection. When you show respect, you're not saying he's perfect. You're saying, I see your effort, I appreciate your presence, and I honor your role as a man. That's what makes a man want to rise. That's what makes him want to lead, to provide, and to love you the way you deserve. Men aren't looking for perfection, they're looking for peace and respect. You don't have to have the perfect body, the perfect hair, or the perfect words. You just have to make him feel valued even when he fails. When a man knows you still believe in him after his mistakes, he'll never forget that. He'll remember the woman who didn't judge him when he was at his lowest. That's the kind of woman he'll fight for, stay loyal to, and build a life around. Now, respect isn't about agreeing with everything he says. It's about how you disagree. You can correct him without crushing him. You can challenge him without belittling him. You can express your opinion without making him feel small. Men remember tone more than words. The way you speak to him in private means more than what you say in public. You don't have to shout to be heard. You don't have to prove you're right every time. Sometimes your calm and understanding speak louder than any argument ever could. So understand this. Men don't fall in love with perfection. They fall in love with the woman who respects their effort, their grind, their purpose. Be that woman, and you'll have a man who cherishes you beyond measure. Let him be the man, and he'll make you his queen. That right there is one of the most powerful truths about relationships. See, today a lot of people get it mixed up. They think letting a man lead means losing your strength, but it's not that at all. It's about balance. A real woman knows her power, but she also knows when to let her man step into his. Men are natural providers, protectors, and leaders. It's in their DNA. When you let a man be who he's built to be, you're not submitting, You're allowing him to rise. You're showing him that you trust his judgment, his vision, and his ability to take care of you. That trust turns into loyalty, and loyalty turns into love that lasts. When a man feels trusted, he transforms, he becomes more responsible, more thoughtful, and more intentional. He starts planning for the future because he feels that what he's doing actually matters. But when he feels like every move he makes is questioned or controlled, he starts to pull back. A man doesn't want to compete with his woman for leadership. He wants to lead with her support. That doesn't mean you don't have a voice. It means your voice adds to his confidence, not his confusion. When you respect his role as a man, you're not giving up your power. You're multiplying it. Because when he feels like a king, he'll treat you like his queen. Now, every man needs to feel needed, not in a desperate way, but in a purpose-driven way. If you make him feel useless or unnecessary, he'll lose motivation. But if you let him protect, provide, and be there for you, you awaken the part of him that wants to give more. Men love to give, they just need space to do it. When you constantly step in and handle everything, you're sending a message that says, I don't need you. And once a man feels like he's not needed, he'll start looking for a place where he is. The best thing you can do is create balance, show that you can handle things, but you still want his help, his input, and his strength. That's not weakness, that's wisdom. A woman's greatest power is in her softness. When you let a man lead, you're not diminishing yourself, you're allowing the relationship to flow naturally. Real strength isn't about control, it's about trust. When he knows you trust him, he'll start thinking before he acts because he won't want to lose that trust. He'll take pride in providing for you, protecting you, and proving himself to you. That's when a man fully steps into his purpose and you become the reason he's striving for more. Every man wants to feel like he's the man for his woman, the one she believes in, the one she looks up to. When you let him fill that space, he'll pour everything he has into keeping you safe, happy, and loved. That's when you stop being just his woman. You become his queen, never chase, attract through self-worth. See, that's the mistake so many people make today. They think the more they chase, the more they'll be noticed, but all that does is drain your energy and lower your value. A woman who knows her worth doesn't run after anyone. She walks in her confidence, and that confidence draws people in. When you know who you are, you don't beg for attention, you command it without saying a word. A man can sense when a woman values herself. It's in her presence, her tone, her energy. She's not desperate for validation because she already knows she's enough. That kind of energy doesn't chase, it attracts. Men are hunters by nature. They enjoy pursuit, but not of something that's chasing them back. When you start doing all the calling, texting, checking, and worrying, you switch the energy. You start becoming the one who's chasing, and that makes a man lose interest fast. The truth is, a man respects a woman who respects herself. The more you focus on yourself, your growth, your peace, your purpose, the more magnetic you become. because there's nothing more attractive to a man than a woman who's got her own life together, who doesn't depend on anyone to complete her happiness. That independence, that quiet strength, that's what pulls a man in deeper than any words ever could. Chasing someone tells them you don't believe you're worth waiting for. But when you stand still in your power, you're showing them that if they want access to your world, they've got to earn it. You don't lower your standards to fit someone's comfort. You keep them high and let the right one rise to meet them. A woman who knows her worth doesn't play games, but she also doesn't settle for half love. She understands that real attraction comes from authenticity, not desperation. She focuses on becoming the best version of herself, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and that glow attracts the right kind of man without her even trying. Let's be honest, the moment you start chasing, you lose control of the energy. You start acting from fear of losing him, fear of being alone, fear of not being enough. But when you choose to attract instead, you act from love, love for yourself, love for your peace, love for your boundaries. That shift changes everything. Men can feel that. They're drawn to a woman who moves with calm confidence, who doesn't rush or force anything, because that tells them she's secure in who she is. Attraction isn't about being loud or flashy. It's about being centered. It's about knowing that you don't need to chase something that's meant for you. When a man sees that you respect yourself enough to walk away, when something doesn't serve you, he'll chase you. He'll step up, because nothing captures a man's attention like a woman who knows her worth, stands firm in it, and refuses to compromise her peace for anyone. That's true power, and that's how you attract, not chase. Emotional connection outlasts physical attraction. You can look good, smell good, and turn heads wherever you go. But what really keeps a man coming back is how you make him feel. Looks might grab attention, but emotions hold it. When a man feels emotionally connected to you, it goes deeper than desire. It becomes attachment, loyalty, and peace. See, physical attraction is temporary. It fades as time passes. But emotional connection, that builds roots. It creates something that can't be shaken by arguments, distance, or distractions. It's the difference between being wanted for a moment and being valued for a lifetime. When you connect with a man emotionally, you're not just sharing laughter and smiles, you're understanding him on a level most people don't reach. You listen, not to respond, but to understand. You notice what he loves, what he fears, what drives him, and what breaks him. You learn how to speak to his heart instead of just his ego. Men don't often open up easily. They're taught to be tough, to hide emotions, to carry burdens quietly. But when he finds a woman who makes him feel safe enough to be vulnerable, that's when love becomes real. That's when he starts seeing you as more than someone he's with. He starts seeing you as someone he can't live without. Emotional connection is built through consistency, honesty, and patience. You can't fake it and you can't rush it. It grows slowly in those small, everyday moments when you check in on him after a hard day, when you encourage his dreams, when you remind him that he's enough, even when he fails, that's what builds trust. That's what makes him feel seen and valued beyond his role as a provider or protector. And trust me, when a man feels emotionally understood, he'll go to war for that woman. He'll protect her, defend her, and never let her feel alone. Now, don't confuse emotional connection with emotional dependency. It's not about making him your whole world. It's about creating a world where both of you can be real, where he doesn't have to pretend and neither do you. That kind of bond is rare. That's the kind of bond that holds two people together when everything else falls apart. Because at the end of the day, beauty fades, excitement fades, but emotional security, that's forever. Men remember the woman who made them feel something real, not the one who just looked good on his arm, but the one who touched his soul, who saw through his walls and loved him for who he truly was. That's the woman he'll think about years later. That's the woman he'll always come back to, no matter where life takes him. So don't chase his attention, build his trust. Don't compete with other women, connect with his heart. Because the truth is, emotional connection is the foundation of forever, and once you have that, nothing can take your place in his life. When you believe in his vision, you become his forever. Every man has a dream, a purpose, something deep inside him that pushes him to be more. But not every man has someone who believes in that dream. The world can be harsh. People will doubt him. Life will knock him down, and sometimes he'll even doubt himself. But when he has a woman who looks at him and says, "I know you can do this," that changes everything. A man can fight through storms if he knows there's someone standing beside him who sees the king in him. Even when he feels like a pawn, your belief in his vision becomes fuel for his spirit. It gives him strength when he's tired, hope when he's discouraged, and confidence when he's uncertain. See, men may act tough, but deep down, they crave reassurance just like anyone else. They want to know that their efforts mean something. When you tell a man you believe in him, you're not just giving him words. You're giving him purpose. You're reminding him why he wakes up and works so hard. It's not about flattery or empty compliments. It's about genuine faith. When you show him that you see his potential, you're helping him see it too. And when a man feels that kind of support, he'll never forget it. He'll do everything in his power to make sure the woman who believed in him never regrets it. Believing in a man's vision doesn't mean agreeing with everything he says or ignoring reality. It means standing beside him when he's building, not just showing up when it's finished. It means being his peace when the world tells him he's not enough. You help him stay grounded while he's chasing something greater. You don't mock his dreams because they're small, and you don't leave because they take time.